Today we're talking about the Osmo Mobile 3 by DJI, and I'm going to give you a quick hint. I think it's pretty awesome. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kyle and this is The Journey. Today we're going to be talking about the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 gimbal. This thing's awesome. I love it. It's small, it's lightweight. When you think of what this can do compared to what was available even just a few years ago, it's really amazing. The access that we have to gimbals that are small, compact, and inexpensive is really amazing. However, in order to really fully understand why this is so good and what it means to me, you have to look at the beginning and you have to rewind back to where we started. You might be saying, Kyle, you just started, you only have 2 videos. I realize that. The truth is I've actually been doing this for quite some time. You have to rewind all the way back to 2016, whenever I first started hiking and whenever I first started and I bought a GoPro Hero 4 Silver Edition. I probably have about 1 terabyte's worth of video of things that I've just never done anything with, or I probably have 6 or 7 videos that I have completed. A whole lot has to go right for me to feel good enough about a video to actually upload it to YouTube. So not till recently, whenever I got this, that I feel like my video footage was actually to a point where I was happy with it. GoPros are great, don't get me wrong. A lot of people have started with them. And it was enough for me to kind of get my appetite for doing it, to get my feet wet. But everything is shaky. It's tough. It's a good tool for somebody who just wants to go out, capture video, and make amateur video with it. But if you really want to try to get any kind of cinematic effect, it's just not going to cut it. Or it can, but it takes a lot more extra effort, and it's not very user-friendly for the beginner. I still use it because it's nice to have a second camera, but it's not my go-to. Something like this, now that we're in 2020, camera phones are good. They're better than what the Hero 4 was back in the day. The video quality is better, the bitrate is better, the options you have are equal, if not better, for manual control of everything. And now with a gimbal, you can get really smooth results, and it's still mobile. You have it with you all the time. It encourages you to actually make a video. A lot of people say it, the best camera to have is the one that's on you. And honestly, most people have cell phone cameras that are going to work and produce decent video results. Honestly, I feel like GoPro didn't do themselves any favors. They tried to make everything easy. There was an app to try to upload and edit video, and it never worked for me. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to go through an entire video, to spend nights on it, and then it wouldn't save or it would crash and you lose all of your work. I mean, days worth of work. It was enough for me to just sideline the whole project. And I was lucky enough now, at the same time that I got the gimbal here, I was able to get a free 1-year trial to the Adobe Creative Suite. So that was really a big push for me to get into it. That program works flawlessly now. If you make videos on YouTube, let me know in the comments below the camera that you use to get started. I'm curious to hear what everybody used and what their experience is. Of course, right in the middle of lockdown right now for COVID-19, I've got my full mountain man look going on right now. But we're lucky enough that we have some footage from the gimbal. From the other day, I went out with my dog and my wife, and we also got some footage from a truck, an old rusty truck that we found in the woods too. So I'll talk about the specs and show you some footage from that. All right, so here we are on the trail. Takes out a lot of the shake that otherwise you'd have. Phones do have digital stabilization in them, but you'll notice that you get a crop, that the image that you think you're getting is actually shrunk down. So for something like this where you're filming yourself, and you can't really get a good preview of what you're seeing. Having a cropped image like that, actually, it can really hinder you. If nothing else, the most important thing is that you just get the shot. Can you slow down, hon?
Sorry.
I don't want to be winded. One of the options that they brought back with the Mobile 3 that I believe they took away with the Mobile 2 is the trigger. If you hit the trigger once, it'll focus on what's in the center here, and then it'll lock onto that. You can also double tap that. Right now you'll see that they move rather slow to react. If you double tap and hold the trigger, it enables sport mode, in which case it'll turn much quicker. So if I'm trying to follow my dog here, you'll notice that it just gets much more jumpy, but it enables you to catch something that's running by at a high rate of speed. If you triple tap something, which I can't do now that the camera is recording, it'll actually flip from the front camera to the rear camera. And if you single press and hold it, it'll lock your tilt so that no matter what you do, it's going to hold exactly where it was focused on at the time. Some other obvious things here are the joystick, which enables you to go up, down, left, right. The record button here, which once you've synced up with Bluetooth, enables you to control everything right from the thumb controls right here as opposed to on the screen. You can still touch the screen, but you need to use a second hand for that, so it's much less handy. There's also the ability to zoom right here on the side. And then there's the power button. If the gimbal is off and you tap the power button, it shows your battery level. If you hold it, it turns it on. If you hold it, it turns it off. And once it's on, if you just tap it, it brings you to a screen that you can change. By default, it comes able to change from video to picture, which personally I don't find very useful. And you can also change it to switch between modes, which is really my preference. The modes in here, I use it mostly for video, but you can do not only video, but there's also photo. You can take a panoramic shot. There's story if you want to do kind of a quick video. Take a few shots, it puts it together for you, and you can just upload it on your Instagram or whatnot. Generally, I'm just using video mode, of which there's follow, tilt lock, FPV, and spin shot. Most of the time I'm using follow or tilt lock. I can show examples of that now. The most important thing is that you get good audio as well. Some people even say that audio is more important than the video. So I have a little adapter with a cold shoe mount, and I bought a Rode Video Micro, which I think for the money, you can usually find them somewhere in the $50, $60 range. You can't beat what you get for that. It comes with a little dead cat wind screen on it here. Great option for people who are just starting out, who don't want to spend a couple $100s on a microphone. All right, so we're at the peak now, and I'm out of breath. I'll leave you with some footage that I took with this the other day, just to show you examples of what it can do. To me, it's not perfect, it's not fully professional, but it's much better than just a cell phone, and it's what I've decided to use for probably the next year until my wife lets me spend the money to buy another camera. Let me know if you have any questions about it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you next time.